Hello guys, it's Hammad and Amaar from MMA Diagnosis, and today we have a very interesting guest. He's a two-time national boxing champion, a five-time Yorkshire champion, and he's making his pro debut on the Frampton versus Herring Undercard on February 27th. Amma, the Prodigy, Akbar. How are you, my brother?
All good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So, 2 weeks out to the fight. How you feeling?
All good. All the hard work's nearly done now. Just one more week left, and then time to tick over, and then get in the bubble, and then it's fight time on 27th.
Fight on 27th. I mean, your pro debut, and you already signed with Frank Warren, man. How's that feeling? Because big promotion.
Yeah, it's massive, man. It just shows like all the hard work we're doing. We're doing something right, and for the first person from Dewsbury to to have such a big promoter from Dewsbury. So it's a massive thing, really, and hopefully this will what's the word? This will inspire the youth like to work hard in boxing or whatever they're doing,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
know that they can achieve their goals. Obviously, I'm just turning pro, but just to say, with Frank Warren, I put a lot of hard work and dedication into this to get to where I am now.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned Dewsbury. For the people that don't know, that not familiar with Dewsbury, how would you describe it as an area generally?
It's quiet area from where I'm from, really. Quiet area. There's a lot of boxing sport going around here. MMA, boxing gyms. There's Burge, KBW, MMA. Furkan, he's doing well.
Can't you-
MMA side, and then there's me doing with Frat Warren. So yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Coming up, and yeah, because I noticed that, like, especially like with I was just saying to you, with the British Pakistani boxers, a lot of them are from up north, like a lot of the talent. So, is that what you're seeing as well, or is there something there, like what attracts people from there towards boxing?
Definitely, there's a lot of people from up north, Asians that are coming up. There's a lot of people from down south that are good pros, that are there, Raza Hamza, Hamza Shiraz, Shabazz Masood. So there's a lot of people, man, and it's just growing. Um, Professional boxing, there's a lot of Asian talent there now.
Yeah, since I mean, obviously, you won two national championships, five-time Yorkshire champion. How did you exactly get started into boxing? How did that start?
So when I was little, like my dad and my uncles, they've always been into that combat training, MMA, mixed martial arts, boxing. And then he opened a gym. Um, we had a well-known team, AVT, Danny Mitchell, who fought in the UFC at
Yeah.
our gym. So I was doing a lot of MMA at the time. But then for me, I was more interested in boxing. I told my dad I want to stick to boxing, and yeah, I stuck to boxing. And then at the age in 2014, I had my first amateur bout, and yeah, done quite well to say from a short period of time as an amateur. I've been competing amateur. I'm obviously going to be pro now, about 6 years. So I won a lot. I did a lot of achievements quite quickly. So yeah, now we're here for a
So,
pro debut on the 27th.
speaking about that, you said you did it quite quickly. Is that where you got the nickname the Prodigy, or where did that name come from then?
Yeah, and also, do you know BJ Penn?
Yeah. Of course.
We liked him a lot. We liked BJ a lot, man. And it just clicked. I was like, Prodigy, yeah, because he's one of my favorite fighters, and that just stuck with it. So yeah, Prodigy.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny about that as well? Freddie Roach goes, BJ Penn's probably the best boxer in MMA at that time, anyways. Uh,
Yeah,
and then you got the name now, the Prodigy Boxing.
yeah, man.
Uh, Amateur, like, obviously, there's a difference between the amateur and pros. How has your training changed since obviously making the pro debut now?
Obviously, it was different when I had head guards on. and they were like 2-minute rounds. But then I turned senior, it was 3-minute rounds, but with no head guards. So it kind of put me in good stead for the pros. I've been sparring pros since 15. So the only difference I think will be is it's a bit more slower paced, and the gloves are a bit smaller. So hopefully it should be all well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a big step because big promotion, big card, February 27th. I believe it's on BT Sport.
Inshallah, yeah, should be on
Yeah.
BT Sports. I'm not sure, but most likely it should be televised.
Okay, and obviously your opponent, Chris Adaway.
Yeah.
What do you make of him? How do you think your styles match up? How do you see the fight going?
He's strong. He's a tough opponent. He's tough. He's been in there with all the top prospects. Just see how it goes. Really, once we get in there, I'll adjust to what he comes with. So see how it goes. I know he hasn't been stopped in a lot of fights, so he's a tough cookie. But yeah, I want to show my boxing ability.
Yeah,
I'm sure maybe if a stoppage comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'll just show my boxing ability for 4 rounds.
Nice. And like it's a bit like you were looking to join Team GB originally, right? With the amateurs, you were number 1 seed.
Yeah. So once you do ABA seniors, if you come anywhere, if you win it or you become a finalist, you get a letter from Team GB. So originally we were going to go down that route, but obviously lockdown happened, and then we were just waiting about, and then Frampton would come with this offer, so it was just a no-brainer to like turn over pro. I've always had that pro style, and I've always wanted to turn pro. So sat down with my family and stuff, and yeah, we made that move.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's quite like because obviously Team GB could have made the Olympics, right? Gone that route, but pro boxing, I mean, more money, more you got more time to build up. How would you describe the difference for people that may not know, like the amateurs and the pro, especially with the fighting as well, the pace?
Definitely a big difference. The amateurs, it's like 100 miles per hour. As soon as the first bell goes, there's 3 rounds, so you have to kind of got everything in quickly. But pros, from my sparring experience, I can say it's a lot slower paced. You can think more before and then grow into the fight. But yeah, I think there's a big difference. Obviously, the smaller gloves, and also that's another big difference.
Yeah, and obviously
In the
you've
pro.
got a 2 weeks out. How's weight cut? Like, because obviously in MMA there's they do massive weight cuts, right? In the box,
Yeah.
how much are you looking to generally cut?
I'm on weight now.
Oh wow.
I'm just a tiny bit over, but I'm only over because my nutritionist is we're gonna do a tiny little cut, only about 3 pounds probably. But we generally, I feel good at this weight, so I don't want to be cutting too much weight. And when I'm in training, I like to walk around at a weight where I feel comfortable, and when I'm doing sparring and when I'm training, I feel good at. So I don't really bloat over like a lot of boxers or mixed martial artists do. I like to stay as close as I can to my weight.
Yeah, I think it's the most like healthiest way as well, isn't it? Be at your your
Yeah,
best
definitely.
and try not to like dehydrate. I mean, like recently a Pakistani boxer passed away, Muhammad Aslam, got hit in the head.
Yeah.
Might be due to weight cut, I'm not sure, but it's dangerous and you want to be as hydrated and as healthy as possible when you're getting
Definitely,
in.
yeah.
Obviously, I was reading an article from your college, Bradford College. They did an article on you. How is that like? I mean, getting support from like your local community in the sense of like Bradford, Dewsbury, these kind of areas. How is it at that young age getting that kind of support?
Definitely, it's amazing. I've had a big fan base from young, really, and my college supported me, and the whole of the community Dewsbury has supported me really well. Like as soon as the poster went up, it just blew up. Everyone was posting it, and just a big thank you to everyone for supporting me, and inshallah I can do them all proud. The 27th.
I mean, you did a level 3 sports course. So, what was the plan initially to become a PE teacher, or what was it to get
The
more
plan
into?
was from day one I knew I wanted to be a boxer, but obviously you need a backup plan. So
Yeah.
sports coaching, yeah. I did a bit of personal training for a bit. I did boxing. I taught boxing, and then as soon as I turned pro, everything's just going into this now.
Yeah, I mean, just one more thing. Obviously your dad's your trainer, right? So you're training at Warrior Gym. He's your trainer. How does that work? Like sometimes, obviously, we see it successful, like Danny Garcia and his dad, and then we've got Sean Porter and his dad, and then obviously with you, you made it work. You're making it work. How does that psychologically help having your father as your trainer? How do you like?
Definitely, it's amazing, really. We're like mates. We do everything together, so we understand each other like really well. Like he can say something without, like, I know what he's saying without even actually speaking. So that we're really close, and I've been training with another trainer, Chris Ashton. He used to be a trainer of Tyrone Nurse, so he'll be cornering me for this fight. So me and my dad and Chris have been working together for this.
Okay, so is this the first time that you three have been working together, or have you done it for whenever?
No. We've been training with Chris Ashton since start boxing, really.
Oh man.
Yeah. So my dad, Chris, and doing well, man.
When you first started boxing, like when you first won that national title, was that like for you, like, you know what, I'm gonna like get far now in this? Is that when you first knew, or was it when you first laced the gloves?
Well, from when I first laced the gloves, I had about 3 amateur bouts, club bouts, and then from there I went into open class championships. I'm talking fighting 60 bouters, 50 bouters, and I was in my 3rd fight. So,
Wow.
and I was competing with these guys who have had double, triple my fights, and I was actually in there. I was doing well, really well actually, and that's when I can do something here. And then I remember me and my dad, we went to the national championships, and we're looking at all these number one in the England, and my dad was saying, inshallah, one day we're going to be here. And like a year later, I won the nationals. So it's just been crazy, really. I've always been around, like, national champ. I won national champ, national finalist, national champ. So I've always been around the finalist area. So yeah, I've done quite well as an amateur.
Yeah,
I've represented England twice and all.
yeah, I mean, like you've done a lot considering you've only been doing it for what, 4 or 5 years, 4 to 6 years.
Yeah. About
It's
6 years. Yeah.
it's a short time, man. Like a lot of these people are starting at like 8, 6 years old, 7 years old, and then
Yeah.
I saw like a post that you did. You're an ambassador for a charitable organization,
Yeah.
Helping Hands, is it? So how did that come about?
Human appeal.
Oh, Human Appeal, sorry. I thought it was Helping
Yeah.
Hands. Human Appeal. How did that come about?
We've always been into as a family. I always said that, like, before I turned pro, like, no matter what happens, I want to be able to give back, because we believe, like, if you do good, good comes back to you. We give sadaqah and stuff, and so yeah, that was always the plan. And this is just a bonus, becoming an ambassador with a charity who's worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, really, and I just thank them for the opportunity. Inshallah, it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it was a great move, man. Especially starting your career out, giving back.
Yeah, definitely.
But like we even shows like even the richest people, this formula, what they say is they give back and they get more coming back. It's just like kind of a universal thing, even.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, it humbles you. It keeps you on the ground. Man. Seeing the less fortunate, man. This is another thing. Like, when I see that, I've seen it before. Like, you want to give back. It keeps you humble. It keeps your feet on the ground. So, yeah, man.
I mean, we're seeing like Amir Khan now pushing boxing in Pakistan now. Is that something maybe you're looking to do in the future as well? Like if you get to that kind of level.
Inshallah, inshallah. I've always wanted to do like who knows like what's gonna happen obviously with my
Yeah.
career, but I'd love to do stuff like that.
Yeah, and obviously Josh Warrington fought over the weekend. Unfortunately, he didn't go his way, but I read somewhere you sparred with him. How was that experience training with a like world champion like that, a guy at that level, and having that training experience?
So massive, really. I was about 15, I think, when I sparred him. He wasn't a world champion then, but he was up there. He was climbing up, and just to be in the ring with him, really experiencing everything. Very good fighter. Very good fighter. Obviously, losses and wins and losses come in this game, and he'll be back. Definitely, he'll be back, and he's still up there. He's still up there, top 5, top 2 featherweights in the world, and I'm pretty sure he'll come back and win another world title.
Yeah, it's just something I've always wondered. So I'm just gonna ask you, why is it in boxing you lose one fight and you're done, or you're nobody? In MMA you can lose. Look at BJ Penn. He's lost 8 fights, but he's still a legend, right? But in boxing you're considered kind of a bomb if you lose a couple of
Yeah,
fights.
man.
You're gone.
Don't know what
Why
it
do you
is,
think
man.
that is? Why do you think that
I don't
is?
know what it is, man. I think critics, man. I don't know what it is. For me personally, I take losses as that's what's written, and we're gonna bounce back from it. Obviously, there's gonna be people who are gonna be on your side, and then there's gonna be people who are gonna give you shit, if I can say that. But you just gotta take that out of it and just do your own thing. End of the day, no matter what you do, there's gonna be haters, and that's it. You just do your job. You win, you lose, you come back.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot. Like, guy loses. I mean, even like the one thing I like about boxing as well is they build up the fighters before they get on the big show. Whereas in mixed martial arts, you have a couple of fights and you're in the UFC or you're in a big organization, and then you're getting smashed because they haven't groomed you, like developed you right. So I'm hoping they do that with you as well. Like they just give you the fights, build up the experience, and then you'll be seeing a champion in a couple of years. So
definitely, I believe I've got the best team in the world around me. My dad, my manager, Frank Warren, and I know, inshallah, they'll whatever they think's best for me, they'll do for me.
I mean, that's the mindset to have, right? If you want to make it at that level. And, obviously, big card. Before we end the interview, I'm just gonna ask you a few lighter questions. So we're gonna start off with your dream matchup. So if you could fight anyone, any weight class, any era, who would it be?
Floyd Mayweather, man. I just want to see like how it is being in there with him. Like it's so good. I'd want to know. I'd want to see what it's like being in there with him, sparring or fighting.
Who did you say, Frank?
Say that again.
Who did you say?
No, Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, Floyd Mayweather. I think it's Frank Mir. I was like, what?
No.
Floyd Mayweather. All right, so you go for Mayweather.
Saying that though, Khabib, talking about MMA, Khabib's my role model. Like he's like the guy who like morals wise, the way he's so humble, he's at the top in it. And you'd want to be like him as a sportsman.
Why do you think Habib is such a big, like, fascination? Why do you think he got so big, in your opinion? Anyway, why is he like your role model, like you said?
The way he's put Islam out there. He's so the humble is just crazy how humble he is. He's a multi-millionaire, but he's so humble. His family come first. Same with me. Like your family should always be first. Just an amazing guy.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Like a lot of guys now, like since Habib has hit the scene, I feel like it's pushed more Muslim fighters out there generally from the Muslim community. Anyways, it's given them more recognition in a way now, more respect in that kind of sense.
And opportunities. Yeah.
And
opportunities.
yeah, I know.
Is good, especially from the MMA side. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the boxing world, we had obviously Muhammad Ali, Prince Nassim, Amir Khan, like, all these guys coming up.
yeah,
But in MMA, definitely he's pushed it, and I feel like in the most recent times, anyways, Habib has definitely been a big inspiration for a lot of the Muslim community. So,
definitely, definitely.
I'm gonna ask you like which fighters you kind of prefer now. You don't need to think if they'll win or not. So the first one is Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali.
Who would win in a fight?
No, who would win? Like who you prefer generally as a fan? You prefer to watch who you?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, Mike Tyson. That's
Mike
interesting.
Tyson.
Next one is Amir Khan or Prince Nassim.
Prince Nassim. He was a showman when he was a showman, so I'd say Prince Nassim. Entertainer.
Which fighter do you look forward to watching the most in the current kind of era?
There's a few. I'd say Crawford, Terence Crawford, and newly Teofimo Lopez.
Oh,
Watch a lot of him. Devin Haney and all.
Oh,
Yeah,
Devin
so
Haney, yeah.
three.
Devin Haney is really good as well. Do you feel like Crawford is really underrated from like media and the public generally? Like he should be more well known.
Definitely. I think when he has these breakout fights, hopefully soon, they'll know he's the real deal.
We're gonna get back to him, but your biggest inspiration generally in combat sports, let's just say.
Khabib.
Khabib, all right.
100%.
Khabib, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask you a prediction now for a few fights. So the first one is a big fight, Joshua versus Fury.
I'm going Fury. Fury, yeah.
Fury. How do you see him? How do you see him winning that? Like, how do you see the fight going?
Stoppage. I'm going stoppage. I think I'll go with the Fury stoppage.
Yeah, later rounds.
Later rounds, yeah.
All right.
Middle to later rounds.
Oh, okay. And the next one is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Crawford,
yeah.
I think Crawford beats him. I'm going Spence on that one. Crawford, yeah.
Beats him. Finishes him for decision.
Points. Decision, yeah.
Yeah. And then the next one. Okay, this is more of an MMA one, but I know you know your MMA now from speaking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Habib versus GSP.
Now.
The fight.
Habib.
How does he win that?
Submission. I'll go with the submission.
Submission? You think so?
Yeah. I think at 155, I think it's a big drop for GSP. Honestly, though, I think it's a weight. I think, but when seeing Habib's weight mad at 155 and all, so
yeah.
I don't know. But I think GSP is he's been inactive for a while. So if it does ever happen, ring rust is real, I think.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so you got Habib. And the last one, the biggest one, Amateur Akbar versus Chris Hadaway. How does that fight go?
Amateur Akbar.
What are we looking? Points or stoppage?
I'm not predicting that one. It's a win.
It's the win, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
and obviously, you got like from watching your fights, like I was watching one fight on video. You got a big crowd at Dewsbury. So have you got a message for your supporters and fans?
Yeah, just a big thank you to everyone who supported me, whoever's been sharing my pictures and stuff like that. And inshallah, I can do you all proud on the 27th.
And anyone else you like shout out sponsors or
Big thank you to my sponsor Emojis for everything they've been doing throughout the pandemic. They've helped me out with everything, and yeah, can I just give a big shout out to my social media and all?
yeah. I was
Amaar Akbar the Prodigy on Instagram, Amaar Akbar the Prodigy on Snapchat, Amaar Akbar the Prodigy on Twitter and all. So yeah, that's it.
you heard the people. Amateur Akbar, like thank you for coming on and made analysis. You're actually the second boxer now to come on the show.
No worries.
Actually, you know, it's nice to see you. Hopefully next time we have you be, you know, British champion, European champion, world champion. So
Yeah, man, inshallah.
inshallah we'll get to have you back on then. Good luck for your fight. And honestly, I see you doing big things for the British boxing community, and also the British Pakistani boxing community. So
Yeah, man.
to give you a thank you. All right. Take care,
Thanks, bro.
everyone. Thank you for
You
coming.
too, man.